All right, welcome back to the channel. So, new pictures come out of Tyson Fury's gloves. Well, actually, these are not new pictures that have come out, but they are widely circulated pictures of Tyson Fury and his win over Deontay Wilder in what looks like his hand, his right hand, has no padding in the glove. Let's talk about what that means for Tyson Fury, what that means for boxing in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So let's get right to it. Tyson Fury, there's a lot of pictures that have been circulating this weekend, and they are off of a Las Vegas photographer's website. It has, and I should at some point in time in this video, I'll have the actual picture up with the photographer's watermarks on it, which can at this moment be seen on his webpage. Therefore, you know or can trust that it's not Photoshopped, and you can clearly see Tyson Fury's fingers, knuckles through the top of the glove after the glove grazes off of Deontay Wilder, his right hand. There is no other way that I can see to explain how you can see in a boxing glove, in a video, on a photo that is not Photoshopped, that you can see all four of his fingers. In fact, his right hand, because this is my right hand, you can see his entire knuckle and finger next to the thumb, and all four lines of his fingers through the top of the glove as if they were sucked up against his hand. In order for that to be the case, there cannot be significant padding there at all. Boxing gloves should not do that. Now, this is not surprising to many people who have been looking at Tyson Fury's gloves in both Deontay Wilder's fights and talking about them pretty consistently since the end of the first fight. I think what happened as far as after, why people weren't really on it after the first fight is because the fight ended up in a draw. But when Tyson Fury won the second fight with Deontay Wilder, people were like, oh man, something just didn't seem right about that fight. It was just a feeling that a lot of people had. I had the feeling, the people watch the fight with them was like, what is that? Something just did not look right. So there's conversations about all kind of stuff that people believe could have went wrong. People talked about how Deontay Wilder blamed the loss on his headgear, even though I've never heard him say anything about his headgear. You hear conversations about people saying, that somebody might have put something in Deontay Wilder's water, all kind of different stuff, right? Which the Tyson Fury fans or the people from Tyson Fury's camp, because at this point in time, going through what I've gone through personally, dealing with the people that are loosely associated with Tyson Fury, they will do and say anything to discredit somebody related when it relates to Tyson Fury. But these particular pictures, there's literally nothing that you can do to debunk or discredit these at all. These are on a website. These are on a photographer's website with copyrights on them. And this guy is with the date of when it was taken right underneath it because he was at the fight selling people, taking pictures and then selling those pictures. The originals with the watermark are on his website with his name on it, with all those fingers exposed. What can you say about this, man? What can you say? Now, first of all, I have a very hard time believing that people in the media did not already see these photos. I saw those photos before, but they had not come back. They had not come along with what Marcellus Wallace let out about the dent that took place, the indentation on the head of Deontay Wilder. Now, For those people that came to my page and was on Twitter saying, you're saying all this stuff with no proof, no proof, no proof. Dude, see, that's why you got to leave me alone, okay? Because I said that I wasn't going to tell people what information I had and why I believed it when I put out my video last week that sent so many people over there in the UK into a tizzy. I believed it because of information like this. I believed it because of pictures like this. Now, I hadn't seen that picture before. Well, actually, I had seen it, but I was told of other things that are going to come out or they could come out that are more significant than this picture. My understanding that this picture is just the first in a wave of things that are going to be released because people, for some reason, don't understand that Tyson Fury just flat out cheated. With that picture, with looking at those pictures, there's no way whatsoever you can say that, oh, well, the wind pulled, because I've heard people try to defend it. Not very good jobs. Oh, well, what probably happened was that his hand got brushed up against Deontay Wilder and then it pulled the gloves real tight. You know, for that instant, for that millisecond, it pulled it really tight, so tight that you could see his fingers, that you could see his fingers through the gloves, that you could see his knuckles through the gloves. It pulled it that tight because it brushed up against, the glove brushed up against his shoulder and pulled it taut like that. Well, only way that could happen is if there's no padding in the glove. Look, and you can keep your experts that are going to come out and tell people how it's possible that you can see a whole hand through a top of a glove. You're not supposed to see that. Now, I can show you and this is how ridiculous it is. This is how ridiculous some of you people are being. You're going to ask, do I need to show you millions of pictures where boxers, where their glove brushes off the shoulder of somebody and it doesn't expose all four of their fingers? Where you can literally see his hand in the glove and it's gripped and there's all kind of wrinkles and stuff all across it. How does that work with a glove that is fully padded? It doesn't. It doesn't. So to show you 100 pictures where you can see gloves where somebody makes contact with the glove and you don't see their fingers, you just see a round mass of foam, which is what you're supposed to see. You would know, do I have to do that to show you that at no point in time should you be seeing people's fingers through a glove? And that the only way that you'll be able to see that it would be able to pull it tight like that is if there is no padding in there to keep it from being pulled tight? Hey, at what point in time are you guys just going to say that the dude cheated? And look, it is what it is, because that's not photoshopped. That's not photoshopped. And what I said, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, what I said, when I saw that, when it came out was, look, if that's not Photoshop, Tyson Fury, there is no Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3. There is a suspended Tyson Fury, period. There's a suspended Tyson Fury. And if you want to say, well, he got those gloves past all those people, well, good, suspend them too. Because clearly they didn't know what they were looking at. If that glove can change from something that they believe is padded and fully padded to something that has no padding on it, little to no padding on it, they need to be fired too. They need to be suspended for life. Okay, Tyson Fury needs to be gone for life. This is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form for you to be able to see somebody's fist through their glove. I went to many casual boxing fans and asked them, what do you see when you look at this glove? I see his fingers. I see his knuckles. I see his hands. Can you clearly see how many fingers can you see? I can see all four fingers. Clearly, I can see all four fingers. If you look at that glove, clearly, you can see all four fingers. Clearly, you can see all four fingers. So what's the issue? There is no issue. If that's not Photoshop, there is no issue. You can't tell me that it was only for a millisecond that you saw it. So what? That just means the bone popped out for a millisecond. That doesn't mean that hit when those punches landed that wasn't almost that there was next to no padding in between his fist and Deontay Wilder's head. Now, only reason I would think that you guys would not step up and just come out and flat out say what it is, and this is the media, and they just flat out say what that is and how he needs to be suspended for it, then that's just because you're in the pocket of the promoter. That's all that is. You're just in the pocket. You have to be, because no reasonable person, any reasonable person that has been paying any attention to boxing would believe a cock and bull. Just for you dudes that think I don't know what cock and bull means, some cock and bull story about how it's just the angle of the glove and it's just, it's photo. Get out of here, man. This is Tyson Fury has tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He's got into the ring before with a glove that he cut the thumb with somebody accidentally, I'm sure, just didn't notice that the thumb had come disconnected from the glove. And then he has a glove bouncing around like this, like moving around in the middle of a punch, like he's punching in the top of the glove just shifts. And now he's got one on the right hand where when he clenches it, you can see all 4 fingers in the glove. It's just dirt. It's just cheating, man. And it's time to fess up. The WBC, you need to go ahead and suspend Tyson Fury and vacate that belt at the very least. Don't wait like this Franchon DeZorn Cruz, Alejandro Jimenez nonsense you played, where the lady popped dirty for performance-enhancing drugs, and it takes you forever to figure out that you need to strip that chick of that belt and give it back to DeZorn Cruz. This is the same thing. You need to strip that man of that belt and give that belt back to Deontay Wilder, because that man got into the ring with no padding on his gloves and proceeded to fight him, as proved by that picture. Period. And it's no question about it. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. You guys don't support this. You guys are just disgusting. Just flat out. And anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.